Aha. There we go. There we go. How do I look? Am I okay? Sorry for that rough beginning, but here I am. All right, so today is Monday. It is beautiful out. It is so beautiful in Florida during November and December and January and February, March, April, May, June. It's just gorgeous, 75, nice breeze. It's beautiful. It's tropical. Okay. So today was I have one more phone call to make, which will be tomorrow, was the last of putting things back together after Joe passed. Oh my God. I mean, I had to have his phone reinstated because I was an idiot and had it shut off, and that's how I get my crypto codes. I mean, oh my gosh. Anyway, it's all working out. Moving forward on my garden, I texted the guy yesterday and said, let's do it. Got my budget worked out. Been hanging out in the garden more than I was before, which is a good thing. We'll definitely do a tour and talk about some of the solutions I've come up with as I run into some, issues, which you always do in gardening or any creative process. All my onions are planted. I think 200 onion starts are now planted if they didn't get drowned out. I'm afraid to look. It rained like hell the last 2 days, so hopefully they're all good. The name of this video is New Family Member, New Health Regime, New Priorities, New Energy. Well, the new family member didn't work out. I thought I was adopting a shepherd, a young shepherd, year-old, a girl, but I brought her home and she just wasn't getting along with the animals, and little B especially, and it was really from both sides, and I can't do that to him because, he was here first and he's been here a long time. He's getting old, he's blind, he's deaf. And so I think it was a little much to ask of him. I really didn't think that through properly, to take in a new dog when that's bigger than him, and, when he's really, he's running into things and stuff. And I just thought, just chill out, Kate, just freaking chill out. I'm anxious because I would love to have like a companion, like a dog. But let me tell you something, there are no dogs. There are no dogs. The Humane Society that I went to yesterday when I returned, her name was Maxine, when I returned her, they were telling me they adopt out 350 dogs a month. And I think the numbers really shot up when people were, doing the fake COVID thing. They were staying at home. So, yeah. I mean, there's no dogs. There's like 4 rescue sites. There's no dogs. I mean, there's some dogs, but I'm not going to get like an Australian sheep herding dog. I'm not going to get a hunting dog or a hound dog. I'm not a hunter. They really like to run. They like to be out in the woods. That's not what I'm going to be doing with my dog. So I have to respect the breed. I'm really looking for a Labrador, a Goldie. I would really take anything. I'd take a Pitty. I mean, anything as long as I knew that it has to be semi laid back. And if it's not laid back, that if it's, a pup, and it's younger. I mean, again, I have cats, I have a dog, and so bringing it into the family, it has to be fairly specific. So I'm really limiting what I can bring into the house. So who knows? Maybe that means not a dog, no dog right now. My sister-in-law raises Bouviers, but I've never really resonated with that kind of dog. I'd love a cockapoo. I mean, there's a lot of dogs I really like, and then I would take another Shih Tzu. Even though I want a bigger dog, I really love that breed. But again, I'm telling you, there are no dogs. I went on for Goldies and Labs, and they have waiting periods until spring. There you go. So no new family member right now. New health regime. So as I was saying before, I'm eating so much better. I feel terrific. And walking barefoot. So I just got a cool basket for my bike that little bee can ride with me in, and we're going to try it out tonight. We're going to do bike riding at night and walking in the morning. The ocean, little bee can't come there though because he's afraid of the water. I had a Labrador that's afraid of the water. That's my third dog that's afraid of the water. It's so weird. I'm thinking I'm going to do the ocean in the morning, and then, little bee can have a late morning walk. So I'm just trying to get, my physical thing back together. So that's cool. And, I'm still doing the craniosacral. I'm still doing my Tai Chi massage, which is amazing. So, it's the health regime. New priorities. I deleted all my social media. Like all of it. So all I'm on is stuff that services my videos. So I'm on YouTube, I'm on BitChute, and I will soon be on Rumble. And then you can go to radicalgardener.net and you can see my videos there. Sophie, who's helping me, is finishing loading up the videos onto BitChute, and she then will begin on Rumble and my site, radicalgardener.net. And then it will be in 4 different places, and if that's not enough, oh well. But I actually have some numbers on BitChute. It's really nice. So so that's what I'm doing. So I deleted my Facebook, 1,200 friends. I had a gazillion pictures on there, everything. I deleted 2 Twitter accounts. I deleted 2 Instagram accounts. I deleted Parler. I deleted MeWe, I deleted Gab. It's all gone. Why? Why did I do that? Well, about 1,000 reasons, but I'll take it down to 3. Hold on. Go on, kitten. Okay, so I kept getting that the electronic stuff, and I'm not a person that's all flipped out about 5G and everything. I actually think that might be activating us to move into the next paradigm. And somebody will have to prove to me that's not true. But there is something really invasive energetically that is keeping me from moving along a timeline the way that I am being guided to head towards. There are no words for this, you guys. This is really hard stuff to put into words. I know so many of you are going to get this. But the electronic energy, and it serves its purpose. I mean, I have a computer. I love my computer, but being on it all the time, and it becomes this place where you keep going for the answers, and especially with all the stuff that's going politically. And I already know what's going to happen. I already know what's going to happen. I think most of us do. It keeps you like hooked in. A friend of mine, I don't want to say who it is because he might not want me to share that because he has a YouTube channel. He's pretty well known. He says it's poison, and it is. There's something really poisonous about it. And I was feeling that. And so my last cranial sacral session, one of the visuals I was getting is that I was like looking up through this circle of clouds, but I was up in space and I couldn't see beyond where I was. And I've been hearing, in that intuitive way that you hear things like, get rid of social media, get rid of, don't hold the phone all the time. I mean, it was just this constant, like, shift, 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 shift. It's time for a shift. And, maybe we are all hearing it, but a lot of us aren't doing anything about it. Well, I did. And it wasn't enough to log out. It had to be deleted. That's what I heard. Delete it. Delete it. So I deleted it. So I have accomplished so much in the last 4 days, and you don't think you're on it that much, but it's like a drug. Like you go, oh, I haven't checked it in a half hour. Let me see what's going on. And especially now, like you want to be up to date and everything. Well, it doesn't matter if I'm up to date. How's that going to change anything? That's an illusion. It's not going to change anything, So, yeah, I mean, I feel free, and I'm deleting newsletters that are coming in, like Candace Owens, and I think it was on like Chuck Woolery's. I was on all these weird, so they come in, I'm unsubscribing. Whatever's going to play out, it's going to play out. I mean, I have done my bit for 4 years. Like you have, well, maybe some of you do have an idea, but I've been really preaching for staying in the positive, really being, a champion of this new gathering of people that's come together. And, there's just millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of us. And I really felt like I was a part of that, and that I really had a voice that some people were paying attention to, and it was important for me anyways just to express myself. So, I've done my time. And if whatever the next step is for me, it's got nothing to do with social media. So I have to go back and look at my books that I publish. I need to make sure they're cleaned up and they're good. I need to kind of regenerate, energize that, re-energize it, and get that out. I have 2 other books that are waiting to go. So I have things that are more meaningful for me at this point in my life, right? So yeah, new priorities. So one more phone call. I have one more phone call tomorrow that has to do with Joe's stuff. And I'm done. I am done. So I printed this out. This is really cool. It's called The Event. Let me just read it. I don't know if I think it's all true, but there's so much in here that I like. So let's go. What is the event? The event could possibly be the most important event to occur in humanity's evolution to date, and could possibly occur in our very near future. If you're coming from a biblical perspective, some call this the rapture. The event is, and I'm not, I just call it the new paradigm or whatever. The event is a quantum shift in our consciousness that will affect every one of us in profound ways. And that, I have a whole show I'm going to do on that, why we can't meet with the other side and why that is. And this has something to do with it. So I can't wait to do that. I think I'm going to do that one tomorrow, that video tomorrow. Anyways, currently every person has been going through an ascension process, whether you're aware of it or not. You are going through it on an individual level, and we're going through it collectively also. So remember, the people that are fighting this, the people that think the wrong guy is evil and the other wrong guy is good. This is where this is going to be a tough shift for, the ones on the wrong side of the lane. And we know, I don't want to get into that right now. I will talk about it more tomorrow, but you know where I stand and who I stand behind. So, The ascension process is made up of many multi-layered gradual experiences, all to prepare us for this final event that could soon erupt in a single powerful event that would bring to an end of humanity's long, long history and usher in a new beginning. This event is said to occur every 26,000 years. Now, I've talked about this before, and we're right on time for that. The event is said to be a sudden galactic pulse, a solar event that will change the frequency that humanity vibrates at. And that's why I said that this 5G might have a place in this. We don't know, okay? We don't know. Don't believe and repeat things just because everybody says it doesn't make it true. I found that on the music business. Almost nobody knew what they were talking about. I ignored everybody. Most of them didn't have a clue. It's all personal. It's all personal opinion. And they all had they were like in crap gigs and their careers were going nowhere. Why would I listen to them? Okay, so the event is said to be a sudden galactic pulse, a solar event that will change the frequency that humanity vibrates at. A higher frequency will bring in a broader spectrum of reality, meaning higher insight, wisdom, knowledge, psychic abilities, and incredible awareness. And what are we right in line with? The cosmic ray flux, which increases psychic ability. Come on. I mean, this stuff is just lining up. This event will release an extremely blinding light coming from our central sun, which in our past has triggered a quantum leap in our spiritual evolution every time it has occurred. This solar pulse event will start the process of transforming matter, energy, consciousness, and biological life as we know it. So I don't know if I think that that's a solar pulse. That's not what it feels like to me. Again, I know this is a real popular thing, and the preppers love to, glom onto this stuff and all. But I don't know. It may be more subtle than that. It may be more in a consciousness than this pulse from the sun. I don't know. I think we have to stay open. I believe right after this event occurs, there will be much of humanity confused and fearful of trying to understand what has just happened. Maybe half, maybe. I believe this is when the benevolent forces will take over all communications and global airwaves and begin the release of disclosure to the human population. They will release information of our secret space programs, the cabal's inhumane crimes against humanity, etc. I also believe there will be videos of testimony that will be shown to the human population on just how we have been controlled through a satanic agenda. Will this be the time for those mass arrests? Is this what we're currently being prepared for? So, what's happening here is we're future tripping. I believe that we are headed to a grand awakening, but I'm also way more concerned with right here, right now, and that's why I'm taking steps to live a different kind of life. These arrests will occur for those in the United States. Congress on both sides will be assured that these criminals will never be in positions of power again. I believe the executive, judicial, and military will be in total charge. If you've been paying attention, you can see the moves our current administration has been making for this to occur. We'll see. We'll see. I want that to be true, And given the track record so far, it's really possible. All right, so somebody else wrote this. I'm just sharing it. Like I said, some of it I agree with, some of it I don't know, In the meantime, when this is taking place, there will be another monumental transformation involving the global currency reset. Yeah, well, the reset that everybody talks about, if and when it happens, will be in Europe. But here, it's going to be a real different scenario. So what's between us and central banking is Trump. And central banking is orchestrating this whole COVID BS because it shuts down the economy. But, people can believe what they want. In the meantime, when this is taking place, there will be another monumental transformation involving the global currency reset. Some call it Nasara, whatever. There are people that believe this monetary reset is of the New World Order, and yes, they also want a reset that brings in a socialistic agenda, which ultimately means more oppression. They're doing it in Europe, so this is not far-fetched. I mean, this is what's happening in Europe. These people are just screwed in Europe unless they get it together and throw these creeps out. But, well, England, there's a lot of pissed off people. Germany, France, I don't know. We'll see what they can do. The light-based agenda wants a reset that brings a sustainable governance that will benefit every human being on the planet towards freedom and liberation. Our total global economy will be brought back to the gold standard instead of the fictional fiat system that only benefits the dark. Okay. Suppressed technologies will be implemented. Free energy technologies will be gradually released to the public. Many suppressed technologies from the cabal's secret space programs will also be released to the public. I totally believe that. And I have been listening to some old Art Bell shows. I'm going to tell you what. You ought to hear this one by the engineer from the Montauk Project, and also one of the lead engineers from the Philadelphia experiment. And the lead scientist on that was good friends with Trump's uncle. I did a lot of research on that. I mean, he was really good friends with him, and they worked together on the Manhattan Project. And Tesla was very involved in the Montauk and the Philadelphia experiment. And so hence why John Trump got those papers from, that came through the government from Tesla. I'm not quite sure that Tesla gave those up willingly. So anyway, I absolutely. Once you hear those, I mean, you cannot debate these guys. You cannot. They have so much information. It's incredible. It's incredible. Remember, we are seeing a conflict between a satanic dark agenda and a light-based liberation agenda. The light-based agenda wants a reset that brings a sustainable governance that will benefit every human being on the planet towards freedom and liberation. Our total global economy will be brought back to the gold standard. Okay, so I just said that. Suppressed technologies will be implemented. I don't know if you remember when Trump was being sworn in, and he kept saying there will be a new kind of energy. Free energy technologies will be gradually released to the public. Many suppressed technologies from the cabal's secret space programs will be released to the public. The natural abundance of the planet will be distributed to everybody, and our ecosystem will be restored. Also, in time, as Earth recalibrates itself to its original created frequency, all healing will begin physically and psychologically. Humanity's aging process will slow down, and the removal of these archons in those higher dimensional planes that are currently playing out will dissolve any relationship they have in this transformation. War will be a thing of the past. We've already seen war is a thing of the past. We're already seeing that. There's a couple more here, and I wanted to address one of the things he said here. Arconian, the archons. Well, Arconian energy is just the shadow of Sophia, our Mother Earth. And Arconian energy is actually aligned with our electronics, computers and stuff. So it doesn't mean never use them. It means that you have to really find balance, right? Okay, back. Eventually, the human race will be accepted into the galactic federations. This is the plan. Again, everyone will not make this shift, and as you can see, not only in the United States, but around the globe, many are just not ready. Many are still stuck in the old structure and are fighting like hell to stay there. Yeah, they are. I can't wait to do this new video because I've been thinking about this a lot. Change is incredibly hard for many. Like the saying goes, intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. Any species that remains stagnant no longer continues to exist. These higher frequencies are being accepted by many and will have an easier time, but everyone who resists will pay their piper. Well, I don't, everybody has their place. I mean, I don't think that, people that just can't hear the truth, just can't hear the truth. I don't think they're evil or stupid or whatever. They have their own drama, their own shadow, which is I want to talk about, that keeps them from seeing the truth. And yeah, so, okay, Anyway, you can see where I'm going with this. But what's really interesting is that I saw this and I started reading it. And I thought, well, that's interesting because this is what I'm feeling. I have to do these things to be ready for whatever, right? So, yeah, I know I've gone on a bit here, but it's just where I'm at. And, yeah, I wanted to share it with you. So, anyway, Radical Gardener, from my garden to yours, may your garden always grow. I'm sending you a ton of love. And, hey, hit the like button, okay? Yeah, that would be cool. And share. Okay, goodbye.